Hello, my friends. Take a look at this bag. This is what we're going to be working on today. It is this gorgeous sunflower granny square bag. I think it's super cute. I mean, it's adorable in my opinion. Anyhow, if you want to make one like this, grab your hook and your yarn and I'll show you how to make each of the individual squares. We're gonna assemble them together and then we're gonna do the straps together as well. So let's go ahead and grab our hook and get started. For this tutorial, I'm using this beautiful extra fine American merino wool. It's very luxurious with a 3mm hook. I love the soft texture of this yarn. It is pricey, but for this bag, I think it's worth the cost or not. You tell me what you think. Let's take a look at our granny square. So we have our first round of double crochets, followed by a round of puff stitches, followed by a round of pineapple stitches. To get started, I'm going to do my magic ring. You do the way you want to do your magic ring, but this is how I do mine. I put the yarn around my index finger. I go the opposite direction around these two fingers, forming an X. I insert my hook into the middle, pull up a loop, and I chain one. Give it a nice little tuck. Okay, so that's my magic ring. So we need a total of 16 double crochets for round number 1. I'm going to do a chain 3, and that will count as my first double crochet. So for anyone who's newer to crocheting, a double crochet is made by doing a yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 out of the loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2, and that's a double crochet. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 16, right, including our chain 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, and work your way until you have 16. Let's count. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need one more. Always count your stitches. It seems like a waste of time, but trust me, it is very good practice. Okay, tighten up your magic ring. And then to close out round 1, insert your hook into the top of the chain 3 space and slip stitch it close. So now we're going to do the second round, which is the round of puff stitches. So open up your work, and this is our chain 3 space. So our first stitch is the same stitch as where you did your slip stitch, so don't skip that one. Okay, so for our first stitch, first puff stitch, it looks a little different. So pull up your yarn a little bit taller, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch that you did a slip stitch in, pull up a loop nice and tall, that's 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3. This one you're going to pull, yarn over, pull through all the loops, and then chain 1. That was puff stitch number 1, and then you do a chain 1 in between each of the puff stitches. The second one, a lot of people also miss the stitch because it goes a little bit in hiding. So look at your second stitch, travel from the stitch up, and then you will find your second stitch. So let's do our puff stitch number 2 together. So in this case, you already have a loop on your hook this time, right? So yarn over, pull up a loop, 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3. This time you yarn over, pull through all the loops except for the first one. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both of them. That was puff stitch number 2, chain 1. I'm going to do a third one without talking. Okay, so I did 3. We have a grand total of 16 to do. So I will meet you back over here after you have done 16 puff stitches. Okay, let's connect our round number 1. I just did my 16 puff stitches. Insert your hook on top of the first puff stitch, pull up a loop, and slip stitch it close. And that was round number 2. So round number 3 is a round of what I call pineapple stitches, and they are kind of puff stitches as well, but as you can see, it looks different. It's a different technique. So let me show you how to do that. So to get started, I'm gonna go and slip stitch in between the next 2 puff stitches. So I'm nice in the center, and I'm gonna chain 1. Okay, so the first pineapple stitch is going to look a little different. So PS in the pattern stands for puff stitch or pineapple stitch, whatever you want to call it. I like the name pineapple stitch. So you did a chain 1. So you're going to insert in between the puff stitches, and you pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. That was the first one. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 2 of them. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 of them. And we do that one more time. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4. That's your pineapple stitch. And then you do a chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the second one looks a little different because we already have our first chain here on our hook. We go in between the puff stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 of the loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We do this 2 more times. This is number 3. And this is number 4. And this time you have 5 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over, pull through 4. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull the remaining 2, and then chain 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one more time without talking. And that was your pattern for round number 3. So you're going to do a grand total of 16 of them. So do that all the way around, and I will meet you when you are done with 16 of them. All right, I did my 16 pineapple stitches, and just like in the previous round, I will insert my crochet hook on the top of the first stitch. I will pull up a loop and slip stitch this close. So that was round number 3. And now we're going to start doing the edges and square out our granny square. So I'm going to slip stitch my way over to the next space, because I want my loop to be right in the center between the pineapple stitches. So I'm going to start off with a chain 3, and this will count as my first treble crochet. So some people do chain 4. For me, a chain 3 is good enough, but it depends on your tension. So you do you, okay? And then we need to put another 2 treble crochets into this space, which is going to be a corner. So yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that was your first treble crochet. You do one more. Okay, so that was half your corner. Then you're going to do a chain 3, and into the same space you're going to do another treble crochet. So yarn over twice, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. So, and that makes for 1 corner. And into the next space we're going to do 3 double crochet. So yarn over once only, that was 1 double, 2 double, 3 double. And then into the next space we're going to do 3 half double. So for half double, you yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So that was my first half double, my second, and my third. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets. That was 1, 2, and 3 doubles. And then now we find ourselves in the next corner again, and we're going to do 3 treble. That was my first treble. Here's my second, my third treble, and then I'm going to do a chain 3, and then into the same space I'm going to do another 3 treble. So let's take a look at our work. So the pattern repeat for this row would be 3 treble, chain 3, 3 treble, 3 double, 3 half double, and then 3 double. This is your pattern repeat right here. And then you do this 1, 2, 3 more times for a grand total of 4 times. Okay, so let's do this side together. So I just did my treble, chain 3 treble. Now we're doing 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do 3 half double. 1, 2, 3, and now we're doing 3 doubles. Okay, so we just did 1 repeat, 2 repeat, and we do this 2 more times. So that was 3 treble, chain 3, another 3 treble, after our trebles we're going to do 3 doubles, followed by 3 half doubles, and another 3 doubles into the next space, and that was our 3rd repeat. So do this one more time, pause the video, and I'll meet you back over here. So I just did my 3 doubles, and now I'm going to slip stitch on top of my chain 3 from the beginning, and that close out around number 4. And we have only one more round left, and that is a whole round of half double crochet to give this granny square a nice edging. So to do so, I'm going to chain 1, and then into the same stitch that you just did your slip stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert into the top of the chain 3, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so here's the number 2, the 2nd stitch, which goes in hiding, half double, and you have another half double. So now in the chain space, in the corner space, we're going to start out with 3 half double, 1, 2, 3, then I'm going to do a chain 3, and into the same corner I'm doing another 3 half double, 2 and 3, and that gives you a nice square corner. And then every stitch from now on that you see, you do a half double crochet. Okay, so do a half double crochet on every single stitch. So if you wanted to know the number, you have 3 3 3 3 3 here. So 3 6 9 12 15 stitches. Then in the corner you do 3 half double, chain 3, 3 half double, and then 15 again. So do that all the way around, and then we finish off over here together. So I just finished my last half double crochet here in this round. I'm gonna go ahead and snip off my yarn and pull it out. Then I'm going to put my tail end through a tapestry needle, and I'm going to do an invisible join. So for the invisible join, this is our first half double crochet here. I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to insert my needle into the next one, and you want to go from the front to the end, and you want to go through both loops, right, to this and this. So you go through both of them, pull up your yarn, and then you're going to insert into the last stitch you've made, back loop only. So you go from the middle, back loop only, and try to catch some of the back here and pull it close, not too tight, just about the same width as all the other stitches. And that is your invisible join. And now you just need to fasten off the tail a little bit more. And that is your granny square. So I did a total of 13 of these beautiful squares. And now we're gonna start assembling them into a bag. And I'm going to do it step by step just to not overwhelm you, okay? So first thing up, I'm going to assemble 3 pieces together, okay? And I'm gonna attach them here, and I'm going to attach them here. To get started, we're going to put 2 pieces together, and you want the wrong side together, right? So this is your right side, the outside. They're gonna be on the outside, and you're gonna line them up. Okay, so grab your yarn and start out with a slip knot, and then grab one of your pieces and take your crochet hook out. Insert your crochet hook into the corner of your first granny square and put the slip knot onto your hook and pull it through, okay? And then chain 1. Then we're gonna grab our other piece and we're going to connect the 2 pieces in the corner first. So to do so, insert your crochet hook back into the corner and then into the other corner and pull up a loop and slip stitch, okay? And then all the stitches going forward, make sure that you're gonna insert your crochet hook under both legs of each stitch. Okay, so if you look at the leg, you see 2 legs. So go underneath both legs of your next stitch. You want to do the same on the other side. You're going to go underneath both legs of the stitch, pull up a loop and slip stitch, okay? Both legs, and you want to do this with a nice even tension, but not too tight, because when you make it too tight, the back is going to look all bunched up. So insert your hook, both legs, front piece, back piece, pull up your yarn and slip stitch. If your pieces are lined up, it should go really fast. So if you want to stop and take a look at your work, make sure that it's nice and even and it doesn't bunch up and it's too tight. So this looks like it's a really good tension to me. So let's go ahead and slip stitch all the way across. Okay, and here I find myself at the end, and insert your hook into the corner, into the other corner, slip stitch as normal. Now you have connected the first two pieces. So I'm going to cut a really long tail because I'm going to be using this to connect other pieces later. So let's go ahead and do a chain 1 to close this part out. Okay, so now you're going to take the other piece and do exactly the same way, and you do 3 pieces together, and then you do the same for a grand total of 3 times. So 3 pieces together, 1, 2, and then we do another one for 3. Okay, I meet you back when you have 3 pieces with 3 of them connected together. Okay, so I got 3 pieces. Each piece has 3 pieces, and next step up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this, work like this. Okay, and now what you're going to do is take the tails you have left over from the previous connect, and you're gonna connect the 3 pieces from here to here, and then you're gonna connect the pieces from here to here. So 2 connections, right? Just here and then just here, and then you have 1 big piece next up. So let's go ahead and connect these 2 pieces here, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm gonna take one of the tails that I left on from the previous round. I'm going to insert my hook in the corner of this center piece, and I'm going to insert my hook in the other corner of this piece. Now pull up a loop and do a slip stitch. So let's go ahead and pick up our work, and just like before, you go underneath both legs on this side and both legs on the other side, pull up a loop and slip stitch. Okay, and continue to do so, and then I meet you here over the corner so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I made my way into the next corner here, and it's just the same way as you've been doing it. So just make sure that you insert your hook into the corner of this space and the other one to connect, and then you're gonna have to jump over into the next corner and over into the next corner here, and pull up your loop and do your slip stitch into the next couple pieces, and continue to do so. So if you want to take a look here, so I've done it all the way over here, and I'm going to finish here, and then the next piece I'm going to do the same thing from here to over here. Okay, so finish this, do this, and I'll meet you back. All right, so I connected the 3 panels just like this, and now we have 4 panels left. The next 2 panels are gonna go, one is gonna go up here, and if you move this back, one is gonna go down here. So if I turn this around, let me fold this in the middle so it fits all in the screen. So here and here. Okay, so I just fold this up so you guys can see the whole thing. And so you connect a piece right here, and you're gonna connect a piece right here. And once you've done that, I'll meet you back up. Okay, so I attach this piece up here, and then on the same thing, I attach it down here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we have 2 more pieces. So take a look at this. So fold your fabric in half, and then you can see where the last 2 pieces are gonna go, right here and right here. This is the most exciting part for me when I see the whole thing boop, coming together. So attach this piece, you know, here on these 2 sides, and then on the other 2 sides on the back, just like that. And you would attach this, and then you would attach this side over here. Same here, you would go up here and then attach these parts here, and then you have the assembly part ready. And then once that part is done, we will meet back here to do our straps together. Okay, so go ahead and do so and do this part. Super exciting, and I'll see you right back. Okay, so I put all my pieces together, and this is what my back looks like right now. How cute is that? And this is the inside, very pretty. So let me measure this for you. So for the width of the back, we have 11 inches, which is 28 centimeter wide. And then if we're gonna measure from the short side to the bottom is 8 inches, which is 20 centimeters. And from the tall part, the tip of the back until the end is about 10.5 inches, which is 26.5 centimeters. So let's go get our yarn and our hook, and we're gonna do the straps. To get started on our straps, I am going to start inserting my crochet hook here in this specific corner. We're gonna work single crochet all the way up to the top of the back, and then I'm going to do a chain, and then we're going to connect the chain over here, then we're going to single crochet over here, and then you turn your work and you continue the single crochet, do another chain and connect over here, and then we'll slip stitch into the first single crochet at that point of time. Okay, so we're going to get started by doing a slip stitch onto our crochet hook. And then grab your work and then go right here in the center, right here, and pull up your slip stitch. And then chain 1. Okay, and then you're gonna single crochet in every stitch that you see. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark my first single crochet, so this way I know exactly which stitch to slip stitch in when I come back around. If you guys like this type of bag, which is a combination of granny squares, and like to see more designs like this, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys. And if there are any questions, just leave them below. I do try to answer every single comment that you put out there for me, okay? All right, so here we come to the top, and here is our corner. I'm going to single crochet one there, and then I'm going to chain 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I just did 80 chains. If you guys want to know how long that is, so this chain is 14 inches long, and that is 35.5 centimeters long. So this is a nice length for me, but you use that as a starting point and you add or decrease however many stitches you need. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go on the other side and you're going to slip stitch into the corner to connect your chain. Okay, and then you're going to single crochet all the way down. So here we come to the bottom, and here's the corner, right? So you do a regular single crochet, and then I jumped kind of like this corner here, or the connection here, and I jump right into the other granny squares corner, and I do a single crochet here. See, so this way you don't have too many stitches here on the bottom, and then we single crochet our way up, and when you get to the top you do another chain 80 or however long you want your strap to be, and then single crochet down here, and I meet you here to connect the first round. Okay, I'm almost at the end of round number 1, and here is the corner space for this granny square. So I'm going to put a single crochet in there, and here was our first stitch. On the other side I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that stitch to close out that round. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch that we just slip stitch in, we're going to do a single crochet. Let's go ahead and mark this stitch as well, and then we're going to single crochet until we hit the straps. Okay, I'm almost at the straps. Here's my last single crochet, and here's where my strap starts. So just to make it easier, you can go underneath both legs, but I just go through the 2 legs like this, go through the middle, and we're going to do another round of single crochet on the inside, and then we'll catch the 1 single leg on the other side. But just put 1 single crochet into each of the 80 chains that you made for the strap, and do that all the way around, and then on the other side of course you do the same thing, and then I will meet you back where we first started, and then we're going to close out this round, and then we're going to do another round for the strap on the inside of the bag. And when I say inside, I'm talking about this inside here. Okay, so I meet you right back. Okay, I'm almost back to the beginning. Here I'm gonna do a single crochet into the last stitch, and then I'm gonna cut off your yarn, pull my tail. I'm gonna go ahead and put it onto a tapestry needle, and now I'm going to do an invisible join. So I'm going to take off my stitch marker. So this was the first stitch. This is where I just took the stitch marker off. Okay, I'm going to insert my needle one over to the left, and you want to do the needle underneath both legs of the stitch and pull through. Okay, and then you're going to insert your needle back through the last stitch from the middle, back loop only, and then try to catch some of the yarn in the back, pull through, and tighten it to be about the same width as all the other stitches. See? Your invisible stitch, and fasten off. So this is what our straps look like right now. It's too thin for my taste, but I also wanted to even out this side to match the other side. So I'm going to start here in the middle and pick up a stitch, and then I'm going to single crochet my way up, and then we're going to single crochet the strap from the other side. So we're going to do like an inside ring. So we need to do it on this side as well as on the other side. So go ahead and grab your yarn and do your slip stitch, and then insert your crochet hook into the corner of this granny square. Pull up the slip stitch and chain one. Okay, so from here we're going to single crochet just like we did before. Let's do that together until we get over here, and I'll show you what the underside of this strap looks like. Now, I didn't spend too much time on the assembly part of each of the granny squares. Now that I think about it, I'm wondering if I should have spent more time on it for you guys. I would love to hear from you guys if you think it was too short for this video and if I should do it more detailed for the next video. Let me know. So here I'm at the corner of this granny square, so I will do a single crochet into the corner, and here's where your straps start. So on the other side, remember we inserted the hook underneath two legs, so we have this one leg left here on the other side. So for this side, you're just going to crochet into this one leg that we have left, okay? And if it's hard for you to poke through, just use your hook. I mean, be a hooker, have fun with it, no shame. See, if you use your hook, you can get easily under the one leg and finish your single crochet. So let me do the entire inside of the strap and down the back, and then I'll just do an invisible join where I started, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. But this is what the strap looks like when you have two rows, one from the front and one from the back. Okay, so I finished my straps, and you can see here that I did a row of single crochet here in the center, and I continued it on the inside of the strap. So the straps are super cute. I think they're very simple, but I think it's perfectly fine because I wanted the pattern of the back to really shine, and this works for me. Anyhow, if you like this tutorial or want to see more like this, give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. I love to hear from you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.